Hi, friends. Welcome to New in the Studio. My name is Lisa Schmid, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Dave has red, white, and blue on. I have blue and white. Oh, well. I do have a headband I was going to grab that has American flags on it, so you can just pretend that I have them. I thought we'd go watch some fireworks later. We were camping this weekend. Not sure how you enjoyed the weekend, but I heard it was warm in other parts of the country. We were in Little Falls, and it wasn't too warm, probably upper 60s.
A little chilly.
A little bit chilly, actually. Nice sleeping weather, and it rained today, so we beat feet to get our camper down and get out of Dodge, as they say.
Or out of Little Falls.
Or out of Little Falls. So even though it's 4th of July, I am not going to show you a 4th of July card because you couldn't make it for today to give to somebody because it's too late. But I am going to show you a fall card that I think is very, very pretty. And it's using the stamp set, a new stamp set called Soft Seedlings, which is just beautiful. So look at this Soft Seedlings. I thought it was really fun with this and then the little seedling. David's like, people hate those on their lawn. Is that what you said? On their lawn?
In their gutters.
In their gutters. Oh, but I really like these because if you have kids, you break that apart, open it, and stick it on your nose. And that's a really fun thing to do. And I like the font here, thinking of you, so grateful for you, so grateful, or just for you, and hello. So let me show you what we're going to do. The other thing that I think is really beautiful that goes along with this really well is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss Leaf Fall 3D embossing folder. And this 3D embossing folder is kind of hidden. So I was going to just show you where it is. It is right. If I can find it with one flip, I'll show you. Otherwise, I will not. Right there. It is hidden kind of up here on the page. So the stamp set is here, but up here, you kind of don't notice it. I don't notice it, I should say. I don't know about you, but I did not notice it. So here's some other cards made with that beautiful stamp set. These are cut out. They are not embossed or die cut. They are just cut out. So the Celebrate is embossed. Okay, without further ado, let us get started. So we are going to use pumpkin pie. I mean, who doesn't think about fall and not think of pumpkin pie? Whoever came up with this name was a genius. Pumpkin pie. That's a good one. And then on top of my pumpkin pie, I'm going to layer cherry cobbler, which is another great color for fall. I like to use Cajun craze sometimes, but the cherry kind of pops out a little bit more. Can I just have the embossing folder? I know you've got the paper there. I am going to take this embossing folder, and it's nice, it's right across the edge there, and we will emboss this. Here's the front. We will emboss this by sticking, how did I do it? Like this. I lined this up on the line here on the front and ran it through and ended up with this nice, you see that nice embossed piece there. So here's what we're going to do with this piece. I am going to use the stamp with the seedlings. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp the whole thing in crushed curry. And then I'm going to draw on it with some markers. So I'm going to start with my lightest color. Okay. So I'm going to do the whole thing in crushed curry. Then I'm going to take an old olive Stampin' Right marker because I really want my stems to be green on these. So we're going to take Old Olive Stampin' Right. And then all you need to do to get the ink that I just picked up, that So Saffron, off of here, is just grab a piece of paper that's not glossy and just, can you see? I don't know if you can even see, there's a tiny bit there. You just go like that and it's off. Okay. So.
The gang's all here. Kay, Jenny,
Nice.
Diane, Patty.
Nice. All right. And then I am going to, let's see, I'm going to take
and I think I said Trudy before, but
all right.
Hi, Trudy again.
Trudy's here again. Awesome. Now I'm going to take my pumpkin pie and I'm going to use a dauber. If you don't know these, they're wonderful because they fit on your finger and they come 12 in a package. And I'm just going to daub on the bigger leaf. I'm going to daub on, actually I'm going to round, because if I daub, I will show you over here on this little piece of paper, I would get a polka dot. I don't really want a polka dot on here.
Hey, Barb.
I do love polka dots, but I'm going to kind of smush like that, if that makes sense.
Lightly smush.
Lightly smush. Then I'm going to take my cherry cobbler marker and I'm going to outline this just to give it some definition. And just you wait, Henry Higgins, just you wait. It's really, really pretty when you add these, just these different colors in here. So, and I didn't do anything to them. I left them in the So Saffron. Is that the color I said it was? I believe so. All right, the last thing I'm going to do to this before I stamp it on here is I'm going to give it a little spritz, and you'll see why in just a moment. The other thing we could do is if we wanted, we could draw on some of the veins. I'm not going to, and then you just give it a little spritz, which kind of takes the place of...
And what are you spritzing with?
Water.
Just water.
Just water. Thank you.
Even says on the label, water.
Takes the place of huffing. And we're just going to stamp it.
Also gives a little more mottled look.
Right there. I think it's very, very pretty. And look at that. It just has a nice...
Hold it still and just wait.
Hold still.
There you go.
I just think it's really pretty. Kind of just by itself with the little decoration on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to my card. It's funny, we were like, let's just do a happy 4th of July announcement. And I'm like, no, let's do a card. We're here. Let's do it.
I was pushing for a day off.
I was like, no, let's do it. I'm trying to think. I think I was going to put a little bit of ribbon. Nope, no ribbon on this one. Okay, so there we go. And the last thing I want to do is add a little word. And I was thinking I will just use the cherry cobbler to bring that out a little bit more.
Kay really likes the texture that inking technique used.
Oh,
with your daubers and the spritzer and the...
Thanks. Yeah, it is fun. And everyone comes out different. So I'll show you my sample and then I'll show you this one. Okay, I'm going to just stamp a little hello on there. And we will use our double oval punch and punch out my little hello. I'm not going to use the top part. I'm just using my little hello. I like it. And of course, we are going to pop it up. I took a whole bunch of dimensionals. I know some of you saw me stamping and camping, and that was sure fun. It was fun why not? I've got time, right? That's a perfect time to create. So, and then I'm going to just pick those off. I love that. And I'm just going to stamp the little hello right here, or put the little hello right here. Now, I don't know if you can see. I do have a smudge right here. And what I'm going to do, I was going to put these on anyway, but we could also, I was debating actually, the sample I made, I used these. These are from He's the Man. These are the rustic metallic, but then I thought about these and I was like, with those. Yeah, me too. Then I was like, wait.
And what are those?
Stop the train. These are the Leaf Label Amber Gems. I'll just pull out one leaf and then I'll give it to you. How's that sound? There you go. Look how cute these are. And it comes with these little die-cut leaves with a little hole in them. I thought, oh, you could make a little banner. You could use them on a thankful tree at Thanksgiving. So anyway, because I have that little mark, that's just a place to put more embellishments, right? When you have a mistake or something like that, that just means dress it up, girl. We'll put one up there, and I'm going to take a bigger one and put it down here somewhere. Probably right there. All right. Actually, I don't want it there. I want it over here. There we go.
And you all know that Lisa always says more is more. Well, this past week for Kids Craft Camp, she may have met her match of someone who more was too much.
Yeah, I definitely had a student who more was like, woo, out of control. All right. I am going to use my 3D embossing folder again. Where is it? Do you have it?
Hey, Sandy. Nope, I do not have it.
You do not have it.
I gave it back to you.
You gave it to me. Here it is. So I was trying to figure out how could I use this to get just that line on the bottom of my card to go inside, just to have a little texture. Well, it won't fit through.
Diane wanted to know, why wouldn't you stamp before you emboss for that first card? And I have to say, it's probably because we had to get it ready for broadcast so that it's easier so you don't have to watch Lisa emboss after she has stamped. But
Good
you
point.
definitely could stamp and then emboss.
That's a good point. So here's what I'm going to do since you pointed that out, and then I'll come back to what I was doing. I'm going to take my blender pen and I'm just going to add some color in there, pick it up off of the color we were using, and then I think it won't. You're absolutely right. That would have been good to stamp first, but I can easily make this look like it was supposed to.
I think it looked just nice the way it is.
Well, now it looks better. How about that? All right, but that's a good point. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I wanted to do it like this, and I tried like folding this up and getting it. I couldn't do that. But then I was like, hello, this side is flat. So I could put this through like that. Yes, I could. And I did. And I'm going to put that inside. You can see where my
hold
little...
it up so we can see it.
Sorry.
And slow it.
There
we go. Now we can see it.
Yeah. So I'm going to put this inside, and I love when you ask questions like that. You call us out on things, I guess. That's a good thing. There we go. So isn't that just, I think it's simple. It's probably more than simple, but I do think, for me, I think it's simple. I do think it's beautiful. Just some fall colors. I could have maybe put a little more of the cherry cobbler in there to pull that out. Let me show you the first one I made using this stamp set, and you'll see that these are always different. The leaf is always going to come out a little bit different. This one does have a little bit more of the red. And I did stamp this one over a little bit further so it didn't interact with the embossing. But there you have it. This one I also used the He's the Man, the brass, what was it called? The rustic metallic gems on that one. So there we go. Pretty. All right. I think Dave has an announcement for us. He's laughing at something.
Sure. Yep. Just want to remind you, it is 4th of July today, but that also means it is garage sale week.
Oh my goodness.
Ah! The annual Stamper Studio garage sale is this Thursday, July 7th from 8 until 6. Just to let you know, people frequently line up at like 6 a.m. and we just let them sit out there until it's time.
They pull up and I'm like, somebody's here. Dave's like, that's okay. We'll open the garage.
We'll be ready when we're ready.
Yes. So
anyway, and just a reminder, if you have some things in your stash that you're like, you know what, I am ready to part ways with this so I can get some new stuff, feel free to drop them by the 5th, and we will, with your name, with your initials and your price on them, and then we will sell them, and you can
get new things.
Get credit for
it sounded
new
like
things.
You're going to say, with your blessing, we could. I was like, what? Yeah, you price it, you put your name on it. What do you want for it? I will sell it for you, gladly sell it for you, move it along. And we have a lot of people come.
A lot of people come. A lot of people come every year.
Yep, same people. We've done it before for 2 days, but that first day is the busiest. So we decided this time to just go with the one day.
Exactly. So that's what we have coming up later this week.
So with your blessing, we'll sell it.
Actually, since you only have 2, let me go ahead and say the next one as well.
I have another card. Yeah, okay.
Also, this week, we are continuing the Summer Stampin' Fun.
Yep.
This week on Wednesday, all of these are Wednesday mornings from 10 to noon. This week is Fun Folds, including the Twist and Shout, which was a big favorite on the broadcast. So Fun Folds this Wednesday. Sign up. If you could let us know tonight would be great. If you sign up tomorrow, we will get you in. But that's Wednesday from 10 until noon here in the studio.
All right. So here are 3 of the cards we are making. We are making more, but here are 3 of the many cards we're making. Like Dave said, there's the Twist and Shout. We're doing it with the Sending Smiles, which is darling. Here is just a fun one, a fun fold with a belly band. And this one is using the Awash with Beauty suite. So that's just really fun. And then this is not the card, but we are using this design and we are making a gnome. Oh my gosh, it's so cute with it's different, the background, but it is darling. So those are 3 of the several cards we'll be making. Yeah, I have some more cards. Yep. All right. So here's our next card. I literally pulled this piece of paper. It's just a half sheet. I pulled out that one and I pulled out the one that was scored in half. And I was like, oh, it's not scored in half. That's okay. Pulled it out of my scraps and I was like, oh, well, let's use it. So I decided to emboss the way I showed you the tops here, or the flaps. I embossed the flap. I embossed the other flap. And actually, let's see which one. This flap I embossed twice. Not on purpose, but one time I embossed it, the embossing was on the back side. So I just sent it through again. You can do that. It doesn't erase what was already there, but it sure is pretty. So that is our card. And these are scored. Let's just measure and see because I don't remember. These are scored at about 2 inches, about 2 2/8 inches. I'm surprised if I would be that. What?
2/8 would be a quarter.
Right. Oh, 2 2/8. Gotcha. No, it's scored more at. Funny guy. No, it's not scored at 2 1/4. I think it's more. It's closer to 2 2/16. There we go. 1/8. Anyway, there we go. And then on this one, the inside, I did the same thing, but we're going to mat it on cherry cobbler. So I'm going to put the inside in first. If you wanted to stamp on it, you would do that. But let's go ahead and stick the inside in. Again, I decorated just the bottom there. I thought that was kind of fun. I was like, ooh, having fun. And the reason this is so small is because I just cut it that small by mistake. So I was like, oh, well, let's mat it and we can still use it. It still looks just right.
Looks fabulous.
Yes, it does. So the top one of this one is going to be a little bit smaller, and we're just going to adhere it to the top here, and it will be like a flap. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, on this one, I thought, what if we used our blending pens and blended some of this? So that's what we're going to do.
Blending brushes?
Blending brushes. Yeah, not blending pens. Blending brushes. And I'm going to start with, pull up my 3 colors here. I've got a blending brush for each one. So I'm still using crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and cherry cobbler.
A paper under it.
And a paper under it, correct. Good thing there's 2 of us here. And a paper underneath. Thank you. All right, so we've got our little paper underneath. This little paper, I love it. It is from the...
it's for the Stamparatus.
It's for the Stamparatus, but it's like the perfect size for this kind of thing. Okay, so let me just put this. This is cherry.
So even if you don't have a Stamparatus, although you should have one,
yeah,
you could always buy the pad of paper that goes with it.
Yes.
What are you looking for?
I just need a little wet wipe because I just put those upside down in the ink and I'm probably going to end up putting my finger in it and I don't want to do that. So exactly. I'm just going to wipe off the tops here because okay. Or we'll just leave it just like that. Okay. So I'm going to start with my lightest color and just set them on the table. There we go. Okay. And remember, when you use this, you want to start off the paper because you don't want that big blotch on here. And I'm going to kind of do the leaves is what I'm going after here. So I'm going to scorch around here, kind of just do some, a little bit like that. All right, then we can always go back and add more if we want to. So I'm going to grab my pumpkin pie and try to get a few more leaves. Maybe like that. And then we're going to go in with our cherry cobbler and grab a little bit more. See how dark that would be? Oof, it's pretty, but it would be too dark. And we can always go back and add some more of any color we want. I'm going to add a little bit more of the pumpkin pie, which is this one, because I actually want, I'm going to do kind of a whole layer over pumpkin pie, get that flower or leaf really dark. And I'm going to kind of get this all pumpkin pie, the whole piece of paper here. Get over that leaf, kind of get them dark. There we go. It's just kind of pretty with the different fall colors. I think it looks good. What do you think, Dave?
Looks good.
Great. Good. All right. And then we're going to stamp that same stamp, but I'm going to stamp the whole thing in the cherry cobbler. So I'm going to just clean that off quickly. And I'm going to stamp this whole thing in cherry cobbler. And it's going to go off the paper. It doesn't have to be that big. And again, we could have, of course, embossed first. I think I'm going to stamp it this way.
Stamped first?
Yeah, stamp first. We did emboss first. I'm going to try to stay away from the embossing. I guess it doesn't really matter, does it? I'm going to just go right there. Sometimes I think, just don't think so much, you know? So I just have that little thing there because we're going to put some ribbon over here. We're going to dress it up a little bit. So the ribbon I'm using is the So Soft woven ribbon. And it, you could certainly change a color. We could make it a different color if we wanted by using a blender pen. Just an easy way. And I am just going to tape it on or adhere it to the back because that is kind of my cheat. It's a nice way to get it nice and tight and to get it right how I want it to be. All right, then we are going to add one more piece to it. And I'm just going to tie a little knot. There you go.
The white frayed ribbon?
No, it's not the white. The white frayed ribbon is really thick. This is super soft. It's linen. I would say it's a ½ inch.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is what?
A ½ inch.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, yes, it is the white frayed ribbon. I'm like, I don't think so. The great thing about this is if I want to move it up or down, I can easily shuffle that. Okay, I am going to use, remember I had that little, actually I'm just going to go ahead and stamp a new one because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that. Just need some very vanilla, where'd my sugar, here it is. And this time, that is vanilla, right? It's not white. Yes. This time we're going to use the words So Grateful. And I'm going to still stamp them in the cherry cobbler. So grateful. Just such a pretty font, isn't it? I think so. And I am going to stamp it.
Just like my handwriting.
Ha 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 ha. If you know anything about Dave's handwriting, it does not look like that. Let's just stop there. And then I was thinking, oh, that was kind of big. I didn't really want to use that whole thing there. So I ended up cutting it and I kind of liked it. So I went ahead and I'm cutting off the top. I'm cutting this because this is where it's going to be by the ribbon. And I'm going to cut this bottom part just under the G. Kind of a little fancy end. I'm going to stick that right there. I was like, hey, that's another way to use a punch. Here we go. Let's grab these and we'll pop them up, of course. Why wouldn't we? Got to pop things up. Got to make something fancy on it, right? What do you think of this leaf set? I think it's really pretty. I think it's super fun. All right, so I'm going to kind of tuck that under a little bit. It will cover up this one, and I'm okay with that. And I'm just going to trim those. What's up, Buttercup? You're looking around like you want something.
I know on the last one I gave you grief, but I would maybe color in where the embossing folder was.
Okay, very funny. I thought the same thing, but I'm like, well, on the last one you said no. All right, so I'm going to color in. I've got it. Oh, yeah, I could use a marker. Thank you. I'll just use the cherry cobbler marker. Great idea, hon. We'll just give a little color there so it doesn't look quite so, I'm going to use the brush end, so it doesn't look quite so obvious that there is a leaf there. You are correct. Love it. You did give me grief on the other one, but I do like that better.
On this one, it stuck out to me more. I don't know.
Yeah, it does. There we go. There we are. Okay, I'm going to close this up so I don't get my hand in it. And we're ready to finish our card. So we will go ahead and adhere this to our cherry cobbler. Such a pretty color.
Patty's ordering it tonight. Diane loves fall, pretty leaves.
Yeah, I just think, I like leaves as well. Fall is a season that is just too short. And I don't know if you know, I'm from California. And in California, there's no fall. So Southern California. Yes, I do love seasons. I think I'm probably going to put a gem there because that's bugging me too. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and put adhesive just on the top.
So I heard this question the other day.
And here.
Would you rather have 30 more days of summer or 30 more days of fall?
Oh, summer, hands down. I don't know. When we get to fall, I'm ready for it. But right now, I'm loving summer and I can't believe it's July. So I'm going to put a gem right there.
What do you guys think? 30 more days of summer or 30 more days of fall?
Ooh, tough one though, right?
If anyone says 30 more days of winter, I'm just going to...
I'm out. We're out. Put it right there. All right. So there we have it. Just, I thought, oh, I wonder how that would be. And I had one more thought, and I wondered if you put the ink on this, how would that be? But I did not try that. So I thought, and that's kind of a fun fold also. Summer, Jenny, me too. Fall, Barb, okay, fall, okay, whatever. Summer's really what we want.
I don't know. We have like
kidding.
4 fall votes and 1 summer.
I know. Oh, 5 fall votes.
I would probably go fall too.
Oh, Diane voted twice. Love
No,
fall. I see.
That was before I asked the question.
All right. So here's the one that I made beforehand. And you can see on this one, I missed that, which, yeah, because I filled up the whole paper. But then, like I told you, when I found this, I was like, oh, well, might as well use that. The only thing I still need to do in this is actually use my bone folder and get it flat so it doesn't keep popping up like that. There we go. Much better.
Your envelope will also help with that.
Yes. And you could stamp on the envelope as well. All right. So this one's, both of these are fun because when you open it, you've got that little pop of like, not that one. The other one's over here.
Extra texture.
That's, wow. All right. So there we are, friends. Fall, for those of you who chose fall.
Jeff agrees with me on the winter
yes,
statement. No more
hands
winter.
down. No, I don't want more winter. And certainly don't ask that question in February because... So there we have it. There's our beautiful fall cards. I just think they're so pretty. So pretty. I love that this one you can really see the veins. It's just, they're just fun. So that is our Soft Seedlings stamp set. And hopefully you have received our, you can, hopefully you received our catalog. But if you have not, please let us know and we'll get it in the mail right away. We've got some to send out to you, this one and the Celebration Remember. These are both current. Right now, you can order from them through January 4, but I wouldn't wait. No.
And I also like the clarification. For the $50, every $50 for Celebration, you get bonus things, and that doesn't have to be just from the mini. You could stock up on regular cardstock and spend $50 adhesive. And get your bonus Celebration items. So just always like to make that point so that people realize all the ways they can get free stuff.
Yeah, I love free stuff. And, I mentioned the gnomes. Don't forget about them. You just are going to want these cute little gnomes. There's so many things in here I want. Well, I have that I want more of. Okay, friends. Well, I hope you enjoyed fall on 4th of July. We look forward to seeing you. Let's see, today is Monday. So we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday. I'm going to show you some hacks with a punch that I think are pretty cool. So I hope to see you then. Make sure you like the page. Would you share it with a friend? We're trying to grow and just have more people enjoy stamping. So, all right, friends, happy stamping.